What is up, guys? My name is Nash and welcome back to another video. And a while ago I did a video on I was basically explaining my finance degree and the classes I have to take and what I think about those classes and stuff like that. And now I graduated a month or 2 months ago, I believe, and I've been working full time for a while now in the finance industry. And I kind of wanted to do an update, because I've had a lot of people ask me questions here on YouTube and on Instagram too. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. You can ask me questions, and I'll make videos about those, because I think what I want to do is expand on this topic. I've been in college for 4 years, studying the subject, and I've been working for 2 months now full time. And I've had a lot of internships when I was in college, so I have a lot of experience in finance for someone my age. So I feel like that's a topic that I can really talk about. So if you have any questions related to that topic, let me know on Instagram or on the comment section. But the goal for today is for me to basically answer the question, is the finance degree worth it in 2020 or 2021 or 2022? All right, so to make this quick and easy, yes, it's worth it, and it's always going to be worth it. So all the good jobs, if you want to be a doctor, that's a high paying job. A lawyer, high paying job. I think a physical trainer, that's what they call them. I'm not really sure, but that's a good paying job. And if you think about how long you have to be in school to get those degrees, it's a long time. A doctor, you need more than 4 years. I think it's 7 years. I'm not really sure. A lawyer, definitely more than 4 years. And then physical trainer, definitely more than 4 years. You're going to get paid more after you get your degree, after those 7, 8 years, however long it takes you. But when it comes to finance, I think finance is so diverse and there's so much money in the finance industry that someone with a bachelor's degree like me can get a really good high paying job just based on your finance skills, So I think the finance degree is worth it, because when you think about it, with only 4 years of finance or with a bachelor's degree of finance, you can get a really good job, based on your experience or how much you understand finance, because at the end of the day, finance is a growing industry, it's always expanding. All right, just a side note, recently we're in a pandemic right now, and a lot of people are obviously financially impacted with this, I was reading that finance YouTube channels are actually growing more because a lot of people are seeking financial advice on how to save their money, how to spend their money, how to invest their money. I think this industry, like the finance industry in general, is always going to grow because of, situations like this. Even if we're in good times, let's say, you got a high paying job, you don't know what to do with your money, right? You're going to look it up on YouTube, or you're going to hire a financial advisor that's going to help you manage your money. So that's why I think this degree is really worth it, And I was actually reading another statistic from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I think that's what you call them. But they did say that the financial analyst position, or the occupation, they projected that it's going to be growing between 2018 and 2028 by about 6% in average, right? So that doesn't sound like a lot. So this is actually as fast as the average for all occupations that, exist. So that's actually insane, So that's why I think this is a really good industry to get into. And also with finance, it's so diverse. A lot of people like to look at it as like one thing. You're going to be behind the computer. You're going to be, doing one thing and stuff like that. But there's actually so much to it that a lot of people don't understand, which is why I want to make these videos. But I'm gonna cover some different topics, in the industry, the different routes that you can go in this industry. And, I'm not going to go in depth, of course, but if you want to go in depth about a certain, if you want to go in depth about a certain topic, let me know on Instagram or, in the comment section, and I'll gladly do a whole video on that. So the first one I want to cover is going to be a financial planner. Right? So this is basically someone who's like a financial advisor. So these are the people that you go to ask how to manage your money or how to invest your money, or sometimes they actually do it for you. And this is kind of like the easiest job to get, really. Sometimes you don't even need a finance degree to get this job because, it's kind of like based on clients, right? So whoever you work for, sometimes they'll pay you by commission on how much commission you get per client. I would say this is the easiest to get into, but it's actually kind of like a hard job. It's more for extroverts, people that like talking to people that like connecting with other people, right? Because your main goal is to actually get clients that you can manage. You can manage their money. So that's the easiest that you can get into. And sometimes you don't even need a finance degree. You just need experience in finance. The next one that I want to talk about is kind of like the opposite of this. That's a financial analyst. That's what I do now. I'm a financial analyst, but I work in the insurance industry. All right. So basically what financial analysts do is they do research. That's basically what they do. So that's what I do for a living. I'm a financial analyst. So basically what you're doing is you're building financial models, in Microsoft Excel or any software that you use. And when you build these models, they're supposed to solve problems. That's what you do. You research the problem and you find the solution, or you suggest a solution. So that's basically what I do. So this is more of a behind the desk, job. If you love computers, if you love, sitting in an office or a cubicle, if you're more like an introvert, that's a good job for you. And I wouldn't say this is easy to get into, but it's more like you're going to need your degree, of course. That's the one thing. And you definitely need some experience in the industry, maybe you give some internships or some volunteer work, that will definitely help you. So those are the two main jobs in finance that are good for, for new people into the industry. And then you can move on to stuff like commercial banking, when you actually work in a bank, maybe you're a private banker or you're doing, stuff like that. That's commercial banking. And you also have investment banking. So investment banking is actually the hardest to get into because, it's so competitive. Everything is super competitive. And when they hire in investment banking, they're looking for the best of the best. So you have to be on top, you have to know stuff, because what you basically do in investment banking. So this involves like dealing with like big companies, like Google, Amazon, and sometimes you're advising them on, how to acquire another company, how to, what to do with their money. So they always want the best of the best of those. So that's really competitive, And if you get a job in investment banking, you're going to be making bank. And the other industry is going to be the insurance industry, right? So you can do a lot in the insurance industry, right? You can do sales, which is probably the basic thing that a lot of people do. Or you can actually be a financial analyst in the insurance industry, right? If you work for an insurance company, you could be a financial analyst where you try to identify, the different problems that an insurance plan might have, stuff like that. So that's actually like a good industry to get into because, that's an industry that's never going to run out of money. Imagine you pay insurance for your car every month, for your house every month. So they're always going to be around if you think about it. And the last one I want to talk about is going to be accounting. So you can actually be a finance person and move on to accounting because you already have the education, you have the basics, you understand, the different concepts, and sometimes when you go to different colleges, like me, the college that I went to, I was actually required to take accounting classes to be a finance major, right? Because they know a lot of people that, major in finance, they end up wanting to be accountant. And if you decide to do so, you do have the knowledge that you need. So those were the different routes that I wanted to go over. I know there's more, there's way more, but if you want me to go into depth, please let me know on Instagram or in the comment section below. And if you have something to add, leave it in the comment section below or leave it on my Instagram. And the last thing I want to talk about is the number one thing that you need in finance. It's going to be Microsoft Excel skills, right? If you can get a certification, like get one. But you don't need one because as soon as you tell someone that you have advanced knowledge in Microsoft Excel, they're going to hire you most of the time, because not a lot of people actually understand Microsoft Excel, right? And the cool thing is like you can't lie about that, right? Let's say you get hired because you know how to use Microsoft Excel and they give you a computer like, oh, can you build a model that does this? And you can't fake your way out of it. They're going to find out that you don't know Microsoft Excel. So that's the number one thing that I actually recommend for anyone who's in finance, right? If you're a financial planner, you might need to build a Microsoft Excel model that, that evaluates your clients' investments. It kind of like decides on what's the best investment based on their age or the risk that they want to take. And if you're a financial analyst, all you do is build models and you work in Excel. Like my job, I'm a financial analyst. I use Excel every single day to build models, that identify what's wrong with, certain things and stuff like that. And if you're in commercial banking, you might need to use Excel, you might not, but you need that. And if you're in investment banking, definitely need Excel because you're going to be building a lot of models that are going to help these companies make these huge decisions, right? And as to where you can learn Excel, you don't have to go pay, thousands of dollars to get a certification or to learn from somewhere. Learn on YouTube. It's free. Just look up different, topics about Excel, how to create a pivot table, how to create this, But that is pretty much it, guys. Let me know if you have anything else to say and follow me on Instagram. And if you have any questions, let me know. And if you want me to go in depth about a certain, topic in finance or, stuff like that, leave it in the comment section below or let me know on Instagram. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.